Doctor Strange is Marvel's whimsical and cosmic sorcerer, and Earth's main protector against the supernatural forces that threaten humanity. He's also one of the company's most interesting characters. Created by legendary Marvel artist Steve Ditko, Doctor Strange gets his name from the first comic he ever appeared in, back in July 1963, Strange Tales, issue 110. On Tuesday, Marvel released the first trailer for the film, which stars Benedict Cumberbatch, Tilda Swinton, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Rachel McAdams, and Mads Mikkelsen. But for those that aren't entrenched in the world or history of Marvel Comics, it may have seemed a little, well, strange. So today I'm going to break down the trailer and give you as much information as I can about the characters, worlds, and events shown within. The shot opens up with Stephen Strange, played by Cumberbatch, submerged in a car underwater. This is a turning point for the character, who up until this moment was a brilliant and egotistical surgeon. Think of a Gregory House type character. Following the accident, however, Strange shatters all the bones in his hands and is unable to reverse the trauma. The result is constant trembling that leaves him unable to ever operate again. In a desperate attempt to regain the mobility and control of his hands and fingers, Strange travels to the far corners of the earth to seek out homeopathic and Eastern Asian medicines that he previously disregarded in his career. One of the places the crew shot in was Nepal, India, and this is where Cumberbatch is in this particular scene. The female voice that you hear as he walks through the city belongs to Tilda Swinton, who plays the Ancient One in the movie.
You're a man looking at the world through a keyhole.
Again, it's important to stress just how crucial this accident was to Stephen Strange's transformation into Doctor Strange. At this point in the trailer, we're introduced to Rachel McAdams' character, whose identity we're still unsure of. But we do know she'll play a key figure in Strange's life, and from the looks of it, a former co-worker. In this scene, we hear Cumberbatch, in an American accent, explain off screen that he doesn't believe in chakras or fairy tales.
I don't believe in fairy tales about chakras or energy or the power of belief.
And it's here that we get our first glimpse of Baron Mordo, played by Chiwetel Ejiofor. In the comics, Mordo is the one who eventually compels Strange to study under the Ancient One, otherwise known as Earth's Sorcerer Supreme. And that's the moment where Strange realizes there's an entire world of people he can help outside of the field of surgery.
You wonder what I see in your future? Possibility.
This is the first look we've gotten of the Ancient One. In the comics, Strange tries desperately to seek her help, but she refuses because of his narcissistic personality. It isn't until he and Mordo clash that Ejiofor's character brings him back to the Ancient One, who then agrees to tutor him in the art of chakra channeling. In this scene, he's learning to fight and separate himself from his physical being. It's interesting to note that in the comic, the Ancient One is portrayed as a male character, but in the movie, it will be portrayed by Tilda Swinton, who is, of course, a female actress. It's a nice segue into Mads Mikkelsen's character. Mikkelsen, who's best known for portraying Hannibal in the NBC television series, has a major role in this movie, but we're still unsure what that role actually is. We know that he plays the villain, and clearly has the ability to transform physical locations and surroundings, but so far, that's about all we know.
Why are you doing this?
Doctor Strange is one of the first Marvel movies outside of the Thor franchise and Guardians of the Galaxy to incorporate different worlds into one narrative. We can see in this montage of clips from the film that Strange will be brought to new and peculiar places while learning how to control his chakra. We also get another look at Mordo and a glimpse of Mikkelsen's character once again as the trailer reaches its climax. The teaser ends with a shabby-looking Strange begging the Ancient One to teach him.
Teach me.
Remember, this is an origin story, and one of many to come as we enter Marvel's third and fourth cinematic phase. But it's also an introduction to the bigger universe that Ditko and Lee created over 5 decades ago. And as a forgotten but important arc in Marvel's history, it's vital that we spend time honoring Strange's foundations. Doctor Strange hits theaters November 4th, 2016.